So this customer was complaining that when the hose bib, which you're seeing the end that goes inside of the house into this closet, that's the end of a hose bib. The other end goes inside of this garage, and when you turn the hose bib on, the complaint was it would leak inside of the wall. So I'm inside the closet here. That's a shot of the inside of that. I'm going to cut away the wall board, and then I'm going to inspect and see what the problem is.
It is leaking behind the wall here. The hose bib is leaking. So it needs to be either changed out or capped off. And the customer says she never uses that hose bib that's in the back of her garage, inside the garage. So I think the best course of action is I'm just going to cut it here and then just cap off the copper. And that way, you know, it's never going to freeze. There's never going to be a problem. She never uses it. And she's got another hose bib on the outside that she uses for her hoses. So I'm going to go ahead and start, find the water shut off and go ahead and start getting set up to cut that out.
Here's the hose bib on the garage side. I turned off the main water shut off and opened up all the valves in the house and basically drained down the whole system down to this. This is the lowest point here. And that should be just about done. Now I'm going to go on the inside of that closet, cut it out, and then cap it off. And then once I cut it out, I can just pull it out. It's not even attached with anything, so all I have to do is pull that out and just patch that hole.
I might have to cut that. While this is draining, I'm just going to cut this and pull this out. This is the boring part, waiting for all the water to drain out from the house.
Some of you advanced plumbers out there might be able to spot the problem. Yep. It's a big freeze up. Luckily for her, these anti-freeze hose bibs, they close off the valve back here. That's the whole point of it. Luckily it burst here so that as long as the valve was shut off, because what I was told was as soon as they turn it on, they see the leaking in the wall. So that would make sense. You turn it on, it opens up down here, and then the leak comes in the wall. But yeah, luckily for her, the split was here, and so this remained shut off and didn't really have a leak. But as long as those washers were working, it wouldn't leak. But this was a disaster waiting to happen.
All right, well, the water won't stop running. I think the valve is blowing by, the main shutoff valve. So I went in and cleaned everything out, fluxed my my cap. I'm going to just cap this off. Probably what I'll do is I've got this black cloth here is a heat shield or burn shield, so nothing gets burnt. I wrap that all around here. What I'm probably going to do is just, as best I can, empty this out, then prop up the pipe, then put a little bit of bread in there. I would never do this bread technique if this wasn't just a capped off end point line. In other words, nothing's ever going to come off of this. So I'm just gonna, I think the bread technique to keep the pipe dry while I'm soldering is going to be appropriate for this application. So let me see what I can do here. I've already fluxed the cap. I don't have to ream this because again, it's just a cap. So I don't need to worry about water flow. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and hopefully you can see this. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think you can. All right. I'll prop this up. Well, when I'll be able to, let's see if I can do this piece here. If I can get it propped up just a little bit, I'm going to shove the bread inside there. The idea is that'll stave off the water flow for a little bit, but if they ever want to uncap it and use it again, it will be fine. It'll just shoot out the bread, and you can always just uncap and use it again. But it's important that the pipe is completely dry, and I'm going to have to reflux that so that because if there's any standing water in the bottom of it, the solder joint won't take, and that's bad. All right. Okay, bread is in. And let's get the cap on. All right, with a little persuasion, I was able to get that cap all the way seated. And I only have a little bit of time before that bread starts getting soaked again, so let's get this back up in here and see if we can get that soldered in. Bread was working. I pulled the cap off and it was still dry in there, so I fluxed it and pushed more solder in. So usually the bottom is where you got to worry about the bottom of the joint, because that's where the water will settle. And but that bread seemed to be keeping the water back. It seemed to be dry in the bottom there, so let's see. We'll see how that looks. Okay, first one leaked. We want round two. I think I got it a little bit better now. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I think that went better. I mean, it's still, sorry, my head's in the way. I think that went better. It seemed to flow better, and I think I got the water stopped a little bit better here. Give it a second, and then I'll turn the water back on, see what happens. Well, second time's a charm. It's holding now, looks good. We have full pressure, and yep, no leaks. All right, I felt like that one was a lot better. I could tell the pipe was much drier, or dried out, and the solder flowed really well the second time. There's the hole I'll be patching up. That's where the hose bib was. So I'm probably going to just spray foam in there and just patch that on either side with some drywall. Here's my plumbing shirt. Anybody know who this is? Whose channel this is? She's a leaker mama. Anyway, hope you guys like this video. I don't always get to do plumbing videos because they're always in tight spaces or I can't film. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Fix It Scotty videos.